Welcome to the TUBOW.
That's not even a word!
What is a TUBOW? Why would you want to use one? And how do you use one? What is a TUBOW? T-U-B-O-W. It is a terribly useful block of wood. It's 2 feet long. You could make it a little bit shorter, I suppose. It is 4x4. You could probably also use 2x4, but we prefer 4x4. You can either have Home Depot or Lowe's cut it for you, or you can cut it yourself. Why would you want to use a TUBOW? In the squat, 2 common errors that we see are a lifter's knees will either continue to move forward throughout the entire movement, ending up too far forward at the bottom, or they'll kind of wait to move forward, with the result being that they'll shoot forward at the bottom of the squat. This causes problems with knee position, with back angle, and very often with balance. So the purpose of the TUBOW is to block the knees about 1/3 to 1/2 of the way down. Let's say 1/2 of the way down for conversational purposes. The knees are going to touch the TUBOWs and they're going to stop right there. So the TUBOWs are a target, they're a block for the knees. Because the knees have to stop there, the hips have to continue reaching backwards. Because the hips reach backwards, that forces you to lean over, because if you didn't lean over, you would fall over backwards. And because you're forced to continue leaning over, that puts you in a nice bottom position of the squat. It puts you in a real good position to drive the hips up out of the hole. So the TUBOW is kind of the portable squat coach, especially useful if you don't have a coach that you're working with on a regular basis. How do you use the TUBOW? It's not terribly complicated. You're going to set up the TUBOW so that it's about at the edge of your foot, in other words, right at your toes, maybe to 1/2 inch to 1 inch in front of your foot. It's going to vary a little bit with anthropometry, but you can figure out with some practice. And then as you start to squat, you're going to make sure that your knees touch the TUBOW lightly. You're not going to knock it over. The goal is to touch it, but not to tip it over. So you're going to make sure that your knees touch the TUBOW about 1/3 to 1/2 of the way down, and then your knees are just simply going to stay glued lightly to that TUBOW all the way down into the squat. From there, you're simply going to drive your hips up out of the hole as usual. A second use of the TUBOW, not as common but still useful, is to help you fix the knees a lateral position. So we want your knees to travel, we want your femurs to travel in line with your toes. They shouldn't be traveling outside your toes or inside your toes. So you can use the TUBOW to help set your lateral position as well. As always, we hope this helps you get stronger and live better.